Team 5. This is the intra-college Q&A website called ASU Connect. Here, it is similar to any other Q&A website application that is available, but the major difference is that, for example, unlike in other web applications, a particular student poses a question, it is answered by other peer users of that website, and then all these connections and all these are monitored by admin. Here it is internally done by the students. For example, if undergrad posts a question, it can be approved only by a grad student or a PhD student or even a professor. This you would be able to understand once I show a demo of it. But this entire website is built on an assumption that a student with higher education would be expertise of that particular subject than a student at undergrad. Like for example, an undergrad would have lesser knowledge compared to a grad student. So let me explain the feature that I was talking to you. We have created a user called undergrad for test purpose for being an undergrad student. Here, these are some of his questions that he has asked. Let's go to a particular question. So let's name it Anderson's paper. Like it's based on that question. So what are the main features mentioned by him in this paper? Throw some light on it. So now I can add TOLC to it, maybe LMS because it is related to that, such kind of tags. This is the kind of subject which it belongs to. The category determines the subject that you are enrolled in for which relative questions you have asked. So once the question is posted, it says here the question has been posted successfully, but it does not go to the question pools which generally it goes to. This can only go to the question pool once it is approved by someone at a higher hierarchy. Higher hierarchy here means someone who is at a higher educational level. So for example, grad. Another user for test purpose. So here, similarly, these pool of questions will now be visible for all the other undergrad students, but this particular question that we have asked right now is not going to be available in this pool of questions for other undergrad students or for anyone for now to be answered. This has to be rated by someone. So let's say this question is rated as a medium question. Once the question gets rated, the question goes into the pool of questions. Until then, it does not enter into it. Another important feature that we have done here is once the questions are posted, it goes into the pool and it's answered, like many students can answering it. Here again, the answers now are open to all the students that are maybe an undergrad or a grad. Anybody can answer these questions. Once the answers are answered, after a certain point of time, the questions are rated. So the likes are given to the questions where you will be able to view all the answers. So here the like again is done based on the hierarchy structure that we have mentioned. Since I have already told you that it works on socio-cultural basis, this factor is enhanced over here too. If a particular answer is liked by undergrad, it is given 1 point. If a particular question is answered by a grad, it is given 2 points, and that's how the number of likes per particular answer gets built high. For the professor, it is given the highest point. After a particular timestamp, the best liked answer is selected and added as the right answer for this question. This is viewed by the professor too and gets added to the course materials. This will be available for all the students to have a gist of kind of questions that has happened. This is not only will be useful for the students of that particular semester, but will also be available for next semester. For example, a 2015 spring student viewing these are the questions that were answered for during 2015 school students, 2015 TOLC students. Once the 2016 batch comes up and they know they have not seen how the structure goes and they go through this itself forms a course material for them. Like for example, in the first classes we had about Anderson and then these. So that's how the question is built on that particular subject. So this forms a course material. Here, the important feature that I would like to bring in notice is the authoritative information. A community information is built, is taken up and made authoritative as much as possible. Now, let me show you another important feature. That let's log in again as undergrad. Here, this connection feature is what I'm talking about. This connection feature indicates that this particular graduate student, whoever is asked this question, whoever is rated, whoever is asked this question, and this particular undergrad student share the subject. That is, if the now in that particular category which I had mentioned previously, TOLC, that is this category, both had selected that category, which means that both of them belong to that particular task to ask the question. So this forms a connection for him, where he'll be able to monitor that this question is asked by this person. So either if it does not just happen for the questions, but it happens also for the answers. If a question is posted and then you have a connection, there is a trust factor again built, that you will be able to judge what kind of answer is needed for that question, or how correct that particular answer would be for that question, because you would have studied with that person and you will know this itself forms a profile for that person to be able to judge that person's answers and questions. Another important factor that makes the this is the